Well, bro, I'm sorry to say it. I really never thought this day would finally come, but here we are. We've had a good run, but I'm afraid this is goodbye forever. I never want to hear from you again.
Wait, what? I know we don't text that often, but what is this all about?
I mean that I got married, and I'm cutting you out of my life, Ricardo.
Pablo, is everything okay?
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
You mean that ever since you graduated from med school and started working as a doctor, you've been acting different. It just feels like you keep trying to go from one goal to another ever since then.
What does that even mean?
I mean, like just now, for example. We live in the same house and you just dropped the news on your big brother that you got married? I don't get it. I feel like there are things that you aren't telling me. Other than the obvious big things.
And just why should I have to tell you every little detail about my life, huh? You know what your problem is? You dropped out of high school just so that you could start working early. The fact is that there are so many things that you don't know, and I don't have time to teach them to you.
If you're upset with me, that's fine, but I just want you to tell me what's going on with you. Please, can't we just talk?
Fine, you want an explanation? Here's what's going on. I'm now married to the daughter of the director of the hospital that I'm working at.
Wow, well that's pretty impressive. I mean, doesn't that guy come from a long line of doctors?
You mean you know about my hospital director?
I mean, that family has basically ran that hospital for as long as I can remember. They're a pretty famous bunch.
Well, good. Then this will make it easier to explain. Yes, I am married to the daughter of that famous doctor, and that basically means that I'm guaranteed to be the next director.
Are you sure about that? I thought that you were still doing some kind of residency or something, right?
And so what if I am?
Look, I really don't know about how all this medical stuff works, but I would just be careful about going around half-cocked declaring yourself the next hospital director.
So basically, you're jealous? Is that what's going on? You have no idea how things work in my field.
I really don't, but I'm just trying to give you some brotherly advice.
How about you just stick to the things you do know about? Got it? I'm the only one of us who's a doctor. And the fact of the matter is so many people from my graduating class came from wealthy families. But this girl, she is my ticket to glory. But first, I need to cut you off so nothing is holding me back.
Can you even prove yourself as a doctor among a whole family of doctors?
Well, not everyone is a doctor. My new wife is just a receptionist, but even she went to college.
And is that all that matters to you? What the last level of education someone got was?
Just can it already, would you? Look, I need you to move out of the house.
And just why would I do something like that?
Because my wife wants to move into our place, since it's closer to the hospital than where she is right now. But I can't let her know the embarrassing truth.
And just what would this embarrassing truth be, I wonder?
Well, it's the fact that I have some sweaty, smelly, blue-collar older brother, of course. If she knew the type of people that I came from, there's no way she would ever let me into her world of wealth and power. I know that your job barely even pays you, but surely you can afford some kind of crappy little apartment for yourself, right?
You know, I've been working a long time. Maybe you forgot him, but I was the one who paid for you to go to medical school. I think that I can afford an apartment for myself.
Well, good. Then get out already. I told you to pack up your bags and leave, and I meant it.
Are you sure about this? You really want me to go? This is your last chance to change your mind if you're not sure.
course I do. If you stay any longer, it'll just be that harder to air your stink out of the house.
Well, okay, if you're sure about this, I guess I'll go then.
And don't ever come back, you bottom feeder.
Hey there, Kathy. I'm really sorry to be telling you all of this so late, but I moved out of my house.
Wait, what? What happened?
Well, last night I slept in a motel, but I'm gonna be moving my stuff into a new apartment where I'll live from now on.
Ricardo, tell me what happened. Is everything okay? I thought that you were worried about your sick mom, and that's why you stayed in your old house for so long. I mean, for all these years, ever since your dad died. You dropped out of high school and have been working to support your whole family. How did all of this happen?
I know it's a lot to take in, but I talked to my mom and have moved out for now. I think once things settle down, I'll try and take her with me too.
But can't you just tell me what happened?
Well, to make a long story short, my brother wants to cut me out of his life and pretend that I don't exist so that he can try to curry favor with his new wife's family, who are a bunch of rich, famous doctors, and he thinks that I'll ruin his chances of that. Yeah, I think I summed it up pretty nicely, actually.
Wait, what? What kind of crazy soap opera is your life ripped out of? That's crazy! Your brother married into a bunch of doctors?
That's right. In fact, he actually married your cousin, Aaron.
Wait a second. I only heard that Aaron got married a couple nights ago. But I had no idea that it was to your little brother.
So it sounds like even your side of the family hasn't heard much about any of this, huh?
Maybe they were planning to make the big announcement at our family reunion next month? But wait! I thought that Aaron was dating some guy who worked at the pharmaceutical company she works for.
Oh, really? I have no idea.
Well, I remember that about 2 months ago, she brought a guy home and said that he was her boyfriend. They were even already talking about getting married.
Well, something must be going on then.
I mean, I wasn't actually there to meet him, but I remember she told me that he was a coworker, and your brother is a doctor. I guess that she must have been running around on someone.
It must have been this coworker guy, since Pablo and her seem to be married.
I don't know. I still feel like something is off here.
Well, I can certainly see Pablo doing something sneaky like this, but what about Aaron?
Oh, I don't know. Erin has always seemed like a rather serious and reasonable girl. But changing who she was going to marry and then getting married so quickly just doesn't seem like her.
Well then, how did she and my brother end up getting married? If your cousin really is the type of person that you think she is, then I can't see why she would get with someone like my brother.
You know, now that you say that, I haven't actually been able to get a hold of Erin for the past month or so. I even sent her a message congratulating her on her wedding, but she hasn't even opened it.
Something is for sure going on then.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I think I'm going to try and get to the bottom of it.
Well, good luck and be safe. If you need any help or anything like that, just let me know.
Of course! Thanks for talking to me about this. I really appreciate it. I will let you know about any developments, okay? Ricardo, are you there? You're not gonna believe this, but I finally heard back from Erin.
Oh, really? What did she say?
Well, apparently, my uncle and Pablo are away on a conference right now. And it was her only chance she had to talk to me.
But what did she tell you?
Well, between what I found out on my own and what Erin told me, things are pretty bad. But I think that I'm going to need your help. So maybe it would be better to talk about this in person? You aren't working today, right? Maybe I could bring Erin and the three of us could talk together. Could we all head over to your place?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Just let me know when you guys are at the front door and I'll let you in.
Hey, Ricardo, thanks again so much for today.
Don't thank me. I'm so sorry for what Pablo did. I can't believe he would go that far just to marry Erin the way he did. We need to move fast and try and save her as soon as we can.
I'm so happy you feel that way. Yes, we are going to do this.
Hey, Ricardo, do you have any idea where Mom is right now?
Oh, Pablo. I thought you said you never wanted to speak to me again.
Just shut up and tell me where Mom is right now.
Well, she's here with me, actually.
What? Why is she with you? What's going on here, huh?
You know, I've been paying for the majority of all three of our expenses for years now. So when I left the house, I knew there was no way that I could just leave Mom there with you. Especially when she makes so little for herself from her job.
What are you talking about? Sure, you may have helped me out a little when I was going to school, but I've never taken anything from you now that I'm a doctor.
Are you kidding me, right? You think I'm gonna take that from the guy who has never contributed more than around $200 a month to expenses?
What's wrong with that? That's plenty of money.
Do you realize that every month we have to pay about $850 to live at that house? $200 isn't nearly enough for anything.
What are you even talking about? What's your point?
I mean that at the end of the month, that house needs to be empty.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean that we were renting that place under my name, but now that I'm gone, I've canceled the lease on the place. And Mom said that she wanted to come and live with me. If you want to move into a place with your new wife, you're gonna have to find one on your own.
Wait, just hold on for a second. I need to think.
Think about what?
Well, I think that Erin and I are going to get a divorce soon, and I think that I'm going to have to quit my job at the hospital.
Huh? Things are moving way faster than I expected.
What do you mean by that?
But I guess I shouldn't have expected anything less from my girl.
Ricardo, what are you talking about? What is this?
Did you know that one of the relatives of your mother-in-law has hired a private investigator to look into you?
Excuse me, what?
I said what I said. And he found out all about the hospital director's affair with that young nurse. Or should I say nurses, but so did you. And you used that information to try and blackmail your boss and force him to let you marry his daughter. But before you could do that, you also had to make sure that she broke up with her fiancé. The real man that she wanted to marry, who worked with her.
But I don't get... How did you find this out? Unless that girl you mentioned earlier. Are you calling her the detective, her? You mean that you had a mole inside the family and were watching me this whole time? What's the matter with you? You're my brother.
I do not want to be called your brother anymore.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that yesterday, Erin's parents got a divorce because of your father-in-law's affairs.
Wait, they did?
That's right. All because we let a little info leak.
How could you do that? How could you ruin my plan?
Don't ask me, ask my girl. She's the one who said that she wanted to bring all of this to light and let the cards fall where they may. Even if that means letting you and your uncle fall in order to save her cousin. So now your father-in-law is going to step down as hospital director, and soon your wife is going to leave you.
But Where do you live right now?
What do you mean?
I mean that I'm out of a job and I might lose my license and I'm going to get divorced and you need to help me.
You got yourself into this mess. You get yourself out.
Please, I need you right now, bro. You can't just leave me hanging like this. I need your help right now.
Don't call me bro. You and I are not brother anymore.
Please, don't be like that.
I've had enough out of you. You're the one who wanted to shut me out of your life in the first place.
What do you mean? You know that I wasn't really serious about any of that, right?
I mean that I'm only giving you what you wanted from me. So we are not family anymore.
Ricardo, please.
After that, I heard that the reason Pablo was fired was because he was always showing up late. Always harassing the female nurses and would try to wave everything away by saying he was next in line to run things. After his divorce with Erin, she sued him for emotional distress and won. Pablo had very little in the ways of saving since he always enjoyed spending money, and with his reputation ruined, he left the state. About a year later, I heard from a college on a business trip that he thought he saw someone who might be my brother, but I didn't bother to look into it. Instead, Kathy, my mom, and I are all living happily together.
Are you still at work, Luther? I'll just text you what I need to tell you. It's about my business trip to Okinawa that I was supposed to come home from today. My flight was delayed because of the typhoon, so I'm going to be staying here for 1 more month. Also, Ellen's going to be coming home from school early because of the typhoon. She's going to be home earlier than usual, so take care of her, okay? Can you talk right now, Mrs. Banks? Oh, hi, Alexa. Did the typhoon hit there as well? Yup. It looks like the real storm is yet to begin. But already the weather is getting rough. That reminds me. You were supposed to come home from your business trip to Okinawa today, right? How is it over there? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I can't come home today since my flight's been delayed because of the typhoon. Oh, the weather's still bad over there? The typhoon's already passed, but the flight I was supposed to be on was delayed. I probably won't be able to get home by tonight, so I'm going to stay here for 1 more day. I see. Take care then. There's one more thing I want to talk to you about. You can see our house from the apartment you live in, right? What? Well, yes, I can. Can you see if the light in our house is on or not? Sure thing, I guess. Your house is right across the street and I can see it from my veranda. To tell you the truth, I can't contact my husband, even though he's supposed to be working remotely today. Considering the weather today, he's probably at home if he's a remote worker, right? It's fine if that's the case, but Ellen's elementary school is making the kids go home early today because of the typhoon. I told him about this, but he wouldn't reply. I'm worried about Ellen, so I would appreciate it if you could check in on her as well. So I should just check in on the house, right? Yep, thanks. Mrs. Banks? How is the house? Alexa, it's terrible! I found Ellen outside on her own in the middle of the typhoon. What? I take a look at your house from my veranda just like you told me to, which is when I saw Ellen curled up in front of your front door. I rushed and brought her into my house and made her take a bath. Luckily, she had no injuries, but she's just a 9-year-old girl. This is terrible. Why was she there? Was my husband Luther not inside the house? He probably wasn't. When I saw Ellen, my first thought was to bring her into your house and give her a bath. But when I tried to open the front door, it wouldn't open. I asked Ellen about it, and she said she forgot her keys in the house that morning. So I then brought her into my house. I gave her some hot milk when she got out of the bath, and she was probably so relieved that she's now sound asleep. So that's what happened. I was thinking about asking Ellen what exactly happened, but I thought that she needs to rest first, so she hasn't told me anything yet. Not knowing what happened makes me really anxious, but thanks for saving Ellen. If you don't mind, could you take care of Ellen until I get home? Of course. The rain is just getting stronger and stronger, so there's no way we can leave the house right now. Thanks, I'm counting on you. Still, though, I wonder where Luther went off to. Me and my husband tried contacting him from both our smartphones, but he wouldn't reply. I gave him a brief explanation of what happened and told him that Ellen was safe with me, but my texts remain unread. But his car was gone, so it's likely that he went off somewhere. Understood. Thanks for the information. Can you tell me if you find out anything important? I know you have Ellen to take care of as well, so you don't need to exert yourself too much. It's fine. Me and my husband will take turns looking after her. Sorry for everything. I wouldn't know what to do without you.
Oh, hi, Alexa. You were texting me? I was so focused on my work, so I didn't notice until it was late at night now. Sorry, remote work is so scary because there's no one to tell you to take a break at times like this. I also had the text from your mom. Oh, I see, you couldn't come home because your flight was cancelled. Because of the typhoon, right? And Ellen is at your mother's apartment as well. Got it. Well then, I think I'll go to bed now. Good night.
Good morning, Mom. How are things over there? Alexa, I was just thinking about contacting you. I took a look at your house from my veranda, and I saw your husband coming home in his car. Did Luther have a sister or something? Nope, he only has one brother. Did something happen? You're probably going to be very surprised at this, but I'm sorry. I saw him going to your house with a young woman. Huh? Are you sure that's what you saw? Sorry. I know this is all so sudden. What? There's no reason for you to be sorry. You did nothing wrong, Mother. Anyways, I need to get home as soon as possible because I can't do anything from here. I'm about to board the airplane. I can come home as soon as I turn in some papers involving my business trip to my office. I'll go directly to your house. I'll probably be there a bit past noon. I understand. But still, I'm glad today was a day off. We're still taking care of Ellen, all right? Yep. Thanks. Luther, it looks like you were so focused on your work that you didn't notice my text until late at night yesterday. But didn't you notice that you had locked Ellen out?
What? Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Alexa. I'll express my sorry and gratitude to your mother later. Anyways, though, you're working now, right? You said you were gonna go to the office after your plane arrives, right? Must be tough having to work on a weekend.
Oh, I didn't say that I was going to work at the office.
What?
There are employees that go to work on weekends, but today's actually a day off for me, and I just had to go to the office to take care of something because my plane was delayed yesterday. I couldn't bring home important papers involving a business deal, you know? I just made a quick pit stop at the office to store the papers.
What? Does that mean that... Where are you right now, Alexa?
I don't know. Where do you think I am?
I have no idea. Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I guess there's no use hiding anything from you now that I'm already here.
What?
You're currently in her bedroom, right?
What?
Why don't you and the woman you're with come down to the living room?
What?
Of course, I'd appreciate it if you two put your clothes on.
Hey, hold on. Alexa? What do you mean exactly by that?
Are you actually pretending you don't know what I'm talking about? I know all of it now, you asshole.
Damn it. Shit! All of you just had to come. You didn't have to kick me out like that, you know?
I don't think that's what an asshole says after doing an asshole thing in a house that I own.
Why'd you have to call my mother as well, though? I was told not to come home to my parents' house because of that.
It's probably because your mother loves her only grandchild, Ellen, so much. And it's only been a few years since she divorced your father for cheating, right? To think that her own son would do the same thing. What you did was probably like rubbing salt in a wound that was yet to fully heal. No wonder she was furious with you.
Damn it.
Oh, that reminds me. I also told the husband of the woman you were with about the relationship you two were having.
You what?
They're also talking about divorce.
Hold on a minute. You knew who my girlfriend was, but you still...
Of course I did. You would think that it's obvious that getting caught with the wife of the CEO of the company you work at is a serious deal, but you still did it, it seems.
Shit.
You're probably going to go through a lot starting now, right?
Nah, don't do it.
I wonder if they'll even let you stay in the company. You thought that no one would find out you were skipping work and making out with your girlfriend instead, since you work remotely, right? It seems that you two went to a love hotel in the middle of a working day even.
How should I have guessed that I might have been caught even when I work remotely?
Apparently, it's not that hard to check if you're actually doing work, or not by looking at computer logs and at when you log in and logged off. It's amazing how much technology has advanced, don't you think?
Who cares about how much technology has advanced?
Well, we're done here, right?
What?
I booked an appointment at a lawyer's office tomorrow. I need to prepare for it.
A lawyer?
What are you surprised at? I told you about it the day I got proof that you were cheating on me, right? That I would hire a lawyer to make you pay an alimony, and also pay for Ellen's child support.
I don't have that much money. I'm even about to be fired from my job. Why are you getting so mad even? It's just one time I cheated on you. All you have to do is be a bit patient so we can work things out without having to divorce. I'm not paying you a cent. How'd you find out? I thought that no one would find me here.
Oh, you received the content certified letter, did you? I've already gotten hands-on information saying that you ran to your father's house.
What?
You see, your father deeply regrets that he cheated on your mother.
Huh?
You were wrong if you thought that your father, who had done the same thing as you in the past, would side with you.
What?
Basically means that your father is on my side.
Huh? What did you say?
Anyways, apparently you turned in your letter of resignation to your company.
So what if I did?
If that's the case, it seems your father's going to make you work at the construction company he's been working for ever since he and your mother got divorced.
Huh?
I only heard about it after your mother told me, but it was called the Iwanami Group, right?
The Iwanami Group?
Apparently they're famous for reforming social degenerates like you.
Any social degenerate can become an upstanding human.
Oh, so you knew their model.
So it wasn't just me imagining things when I thought that my father seemed different to who he was a few years ago?
Well then, good luck becoming an upstanding human.
Wait,
I won't wait.
I don't wanna!
Goodbye.
No!
Luther's father pretended to sympathize with Luther when he fled to him, but he actually told me about it immediately. Thanks to the work of my father-in-law, who is nothing like he was a few years ago and is now basically a saint, the Iwanami Group arrived 1 hour after me and Luther's final conversation. Luther was taken away in a black van screaming, "You lied to me!" It seemed that the CEO's wife was also sent to the Iwanami Group through a different acquaintance of hers. Thanks to them, I received the alimony asked for from both Luther and the CEO's wife. And I also received child support for Ellen every month. After the divorce, it was decided that I would live with my parents. Ellen, who loves her grandparents, was overjoyed when I told her about it. I plan on overlooking the growth of this beautiful child as her role model, and live from now on as an upstanding human being.